Welcome everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart. And today I am outside getting ready to build my very own cattle panel greenhouse. Yes, I am. Y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all, so as you can see, I have my lumber on the ground all ready. Now, this cattle panel greenhouse that I am making today it has a specific purpose because I do want a place to be able to start my seeds and kind of keep them out in a nice warm area because I just don't have room in my laundry room no more. So, with that being said, I decided to go the cattle panel. Jax? He's eating on a stick. I've decided to go the cattle panel route. It's inexpensive, not to mention I had some of the materials already on hand, so I figured I may as well repurpose them because I'm not using them. Right here, we decided last spring I believe, or something like that we were going to make our chicken tractors out of cattle panels. Now, we quickly changed our mind on that after we had already started, and we decided to put them in our big garden for the fall, which worked out pretty good with the exception of them eating all of my talupa. But I still have like 7 or 8 cattle panels that's just on here and over there on the ground that I'm not using. So I'm going to go ahead and put them to good use. Mr. H did go by and he picked up me some lumber. Now, the lumber that I'm going to be using is 2 by 12 by 16s. That's going to be the foundation for this. This is going to be a 30 foot greenhouse, okay? It's going to be a 10 by 30. And I'm going to be working on this project solo because right now, all hands are on deck for getting the property line cleared out for our fence. So I don't have any extra hands to help me. So I am going to be flying solo with this project. And I'm okay with it. I'm not afraid of power tools. All right. So you all, again, I'm going to be working with 2 by 12 by 16s. I have some 2 by 4s. I have some 4 by 4 posts that I'm going to be. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Tweeter. Hello, sweetums. Hello, sweetums. My neighbor's dog is here. Now, look, not raining. Another one. But anyway, you all, I am going to be using the 2 by 12 by 16, some 2 by 4s, and 4 by 4 post. And I'm going to walk you through every step as I go along. But that's basically all the lumber that I'm going to be using. And, of course, I already got the cattle panels over here. So, because we did have the cattle panels already on hand, we already have screws on hand. The only thing we were out of pocket for was our lumber. And each one of these, the most expensive parts were the 2 by 12s. Those were like $35 a piece. Yeah. But that's a whole lot cheaper than trying to come up with that couple of grand that we were originally looking into for a greenhouse. So, and since I'm only going to be using it primarily to start my seeds in, maybe store some potted plants in over the winter, then this is perfect. I'm not growing in ground in this greenhouse. I'm just going to be kind of using it as my own little garden workspace, if you will. So, I don't have any more room in my laundry room. I just can't do that anymore. So, I'll be starting them indoors. I'll be starting them outdoors in the greenhouse. But the other side of that is I'm going to be building like a greenhouse inside of a greenhouse. And that's to just make sure that my seedlings are nice and warm. So in any case, the plastic that we have in the back, we will be using it whether it be for the greenhouse or whether it be for the mini greenhouse box that I'm going to be putting inside. Okay? All right, y'all. So I got a lot of work to do. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure off my 4x4s. I'm going to be cutting my posts to be 2.5 feet long or 2.5 feet tall. So one of the things that I forgot to do because I was so anxious to get started, I forgot to put down my landscape fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I need to create a brace to where the two boards are connecting, or where they meet in the center of the 4x4. To make that strong, I'm going to brace it with some scrap wood, and I have here just a piece of 2x4 that I'm going to go ahead and cut maybe in half, and then I have to cut this off too. I don't think I could get that screw out of there. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a brace out of this. Alright, you all, it's another day and I'm back out here. So just to kind of tell you, the day before, the only thing I was able to get done was I got the two side panels. Well, actually, start again. I got the landscape fabric down, I got the two side panels down, and I got the 10-foot board cut for the back wall. Now I did have just 2x4s out here covering this, but I came back and I pushed in some of these 6-inch fabric staples. Hey girl, get off. No, get, little poop magnet, go. I managed to get the 6-inch staples in this morning to kind of hold it, because no matter how many boards I put down there, it's still gonna blow. Plus I need to use these boards. So I went ahead and used the staples to hold this down, and I put them about every 8 foot. Okay, so see what I mean about my greenhouse that's been covering Maxine? Look at this. It done blew over again and Maxine has been exposed. So this is why, this is just, even though we had it anchored, the winds have been strong lately. And it's just not strong enough. With anchors, cinder blocks, it's just not strong enough to hold this little thing. So these 16-foot boards are extremely heavy, very strong, and I do believe that this will be sufficient for holding in place. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to get these, I'm going to stand these up. I'm going to get my back panel on. Mr. H wants it to be a little bit stronger, so he's going to get some, my nosy bird, 2x6s, and we're going to add them atop of these 2x12s. But that's not going to stop me from getting the wall up. I can go ahead and get this up, and then whenever he comes with the boards, I can go ahead and get those put in place with the sides standing. Okay, So let's go ahead and get started. Day 2. Thing is heavy. All right, y'all. So what I am doing is, since Mr. H is so wonderful, he's here to help today. So what we're doing, you all, is we are adding an additional 2x6 to go all the way around, because the height was not good enough for Mr. H. He was going to be bumping his head if it was going to be at 6 feet. So we needed it to be a little bit taller. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add more 2x6s all the way around on the 2 sides and in the back, and that way we'll be raising it up a bit when we put the cattle panels on.
So we have enough head space. So it's gonna work out pretty good.
Gonna work out great.
Yes.
I'm cold.
Kind of brisky today.
It is brisky. All right, y'all, we're gonna get back to work. All right, y'all, so far we've gotten all of the sides done, and we had to do some extra bracing. Now on the outside here, we put just some scrap pieces of wood on the outside to brace the boards where they came together, because this is 32 feet. So we braced them with some 2x4s where they joined on both sides. And now remember, this is 2x12s on the bottom and 2x6s, that other board that's sitting on the top, and they're each 16 feet long. And we have 4x4 post is what we're using to make sure this thing is strong and secure. Now,
Chicken Coleon. I got Coleon. That's it. That's it. That's it, Holmes. Oh no, Coleon, don't take it, man. Come on, Holmes.
All right, so the braces are on, and now we're going to be using these. These are temporary. We're going to take them off, and we're just using them to secure the cattle panels, just to make sure that they are even all the way down. And we've already started getting the cattle panels put on. Let me show you. So far, Mr. H right there. There's Mr. H. So far, so good. So we got 2 cattle panels on. We had to get started to make sure we're doing it right. So now, as you can see, the 2x4s are helping, because we're just resting the base of the cattle panels on the 2x4s, and we're just putting a staple in to hold them in place for now. All right, y'all. So it's the end of the day, and we've gotten 5 cattle panels on, and we are 3 short. So we're gonna have to pick up 3 more cattle panels. Mr. H is gonna go ahead and start on the evening chores, and what I am gonna do is go ahead and zip tie the sides together because they are a little, you know, they kind of. All right, y'all, so we're back. It's another day, and we are getting ready to now go ahead and finish putting the cattle panels on. Sun is bright. All right, y'all, stick around. All right, y'all, cattle panels are on. All cattle panels are on, and we have everything. We got the panels joined together with the zip ties. Mr. H is clipping off the excess, right, Mr. H?
Yep.
Now, the older panels that we had on the ground had kind of a sag in it.
Yeah.
So we put these posts up right here just to kind of brace it, to kind of push those panels out right there. And hopefully, by pushing them out, letting them sit like this for a little bit, hopefully that'll kind of get that little sag bump that was sitting right there in them.
Great.
Yeah, and on the front right here, let me show y'all these. We put these on just, you know, we was using it to help to kind of be a measurement for the cattle panel, these right here. But once we put them on, that's just with some scrap lumber and attached it to the 4x4. We actually like the way it looks, so we left them there. It made it look so clean and so neat. So we actually like the way it looked. So we just left it. Total accident. Total accident.
What? Nah, I was on camera. I was. Nah, you gotta cut that part out. You tricked me.
Alright, y'all, so now we're getting ready to frame out the back window here. We have this window that when we were doing some work on the house, and we had these extra windows that he just had extra, and so he left them here with us because he wasn't going to use them. So we put them away because we thought maybe one day we may need them. And y'all, so it's the end of another day. We've gotten a lot done today. We got all of the rest of the cattle panels up. We were able to get them all zip tied together,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We built the frame for the front door.
Yes, we got the frame completed.
Yeah, and the braces for the front door.
Yes.
And we also got the window in.
Yeah.
Yay!
Got the window in.
All right, y'all. It is a new day. The window is in on the greenhouse. I'm actually getting ready to put the braces up on the side. I just finished going around reinforcing the cattle panels on the outsides, putting those staples or those little U-nails or whatever, fencing staples is what they're called. But I just got through going through reinforcing those, just making sure that I had enough in, and making sure that the ones that we put in were all the way in to hold it nice and firm. So that's done. Smashed my finger. It hurt. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started with measuring. I still got a lot to do. I got to do this, get the braces done, get the door frame is already done, but I got to make the door. So I get those two things done, and then I'm off to the garden. All right, y'all, it's another day. I'm getting ready to put the insulation on the edges here. What you talking about? I've done that already, mister. You call me short. I'm vertically challenged. All right. So now what we have decided to do, and what Mr. H is doing, is we're actually cutting the pieces in half. And the reason why we're cutting the other pieces in half is because our wire is on the outside of our greenhouse instead of on the inside. And so what we're going to do, just to make sure that we protect the greenhouse plastic, we're cutting it in half, and then we're putting the insulation on the end or the bottom pieces of that cattle panel right there. All right, now it's time for us to put on the plastic. All right, the plastic we got is, yeah, I think it's 25 feet wide by 50 feet long.
Think it's gonna be tall enough? You want me to start that in?
You calling me short? You calling me short again?
Okay.
How we gonna do this?
Just go up.
I'm gonna stand on top. All right, y'all, so it's another day. Now, as you can see, it's windy and plastic is blowing everywhere. The staples we were originally going to use to put the plastic on, we just didn't think it was going to work. So we got these. Let me show you. See that plastic? I got to do this in a hurry. What we decided to get was these 1 1/4 inch roofing nails. And we got them because of that plastic, I forgot. But anyway, this little plastic cap here that is on here, nailing it in, this will help to hold that plastic, secure that plastic to the board before it blows away or before it rips my plastic. I'm not going to throw this piece away. I'm going to use this for my door because I still got to get the door on. All right, y'all, it's another day. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I am in the greenhouse and it is raining. To kind of show y'all what day, see that greenhouse done fell over again back there? Look. I'm watching Lady Led, and what she's doing is shopping in her own backyard. Don't you just love that? Shopping in her backyard, right? That's who I'm watching. All right, y'all, several days have passed. Due to weather, this entire project was put on hold for the better part of a week, okay? It's been raining and extremely cold, and actually it was well below freezing this morning, but we got a break and it's warming up a bit, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of this and come out and get this done. So the screen. We're gonna put down this Batten Strip that we got from Grower Solution, and that will help with the wind, because we've had some really high winds here lately, haven't we? Yeah. So we got to do something about that. So we're gonna put down this batten stripping to hold our plastic in place. H got us this heavy duty latch right here.
Yeah.
To hold our window in place, because the other one was a little bit too big. Okay, latch is done for the window. So we got our screen window right here, and then we got our plastic window right here. And this just lets up like this, and we had to put the latch on the side because it wouldn't work up here. So we just put it on the side and lock that in place like so, and our window stays in place.
Yes.
So we're good to go.
We good to go, y'all.
So, all right, y'all, it is finally done. The cattle panel greenhouse is complete, and I am gonna go ahead now and give you all a tour. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, this is the greenhouse. The pup does not come with your cattle panel greenhouse, just for the record. All right, you all, so as you can see, it's all done. Now, I know the first thing that catches your eye is all of the orange roofing nails. I asked Mr. H, did I go overboard with the roofing nails? He was like, no, not at all. However, I did want to make sure this plastic was good and secure all the way around, y'all. And it is, because I got those roofing nails everywhere. But in any case, you all can see the greenhouse and just look at the outside. You can see I have the hinges there for the door. Here, I have my handle here. And then for the little window at the top, I love that little window, you all. I really do. Because and of course, the window is hinged at the bottom. Now, this right here is just, this doesn't open. This plastic right here is going to be the plastic right there, no matter what, okay? But this right here, I just wanted that window to open in the spring and summer just for some extra ventilation. And it's a nice big window, and it has screen on the other side, and I'm going to show you that, okay? Now, you see the insulation that goes around the edges here. And of course, if you remember me saying, that's strictly to prevent the plastic from tearing on the rough edges of those cattle panels. And I even cut off pieces of insulation where the wood would touch the plastic, like here. I put insulation, I just cut off pieces of insulation and put it here, and that would just add some, just be an extra bonus. And I did the same thing up here at the door frame as well. For that door frame, I did the same thing. I'm going to back up so you can see. Look at there. This is the side of it right here. And we got the strapping over the top because we had some terrible winds to come through. After I started putting the plastic on, we put it on in 4 sections. And it looks really good. And of course, I use roofing nails also for the strapping. When we put the strapping on, I put a roofing nail here. The strapping, we actually measured it, the length of the board, almost rather. And then I just folded it, tucked it in, and then put another nail here just to give it some extra strength. And I did that all the way around. And again, this is the back side. This is the window area. And as you can see, that window looks really good. It looks real good. We did a really good job of framing that window out, stabilizing it, putting in that old window, even though it was really nasty. We also, you all, because the ground is so unlevel, we had to add some extra wood at the bottom of this on the outside, just to give the bottom boards, just to make sure that they had some extra stabilization there. Even though we have them connected to the 4x4 post on the inside, we just added an extra piece of wood to the bottom. And it also helped to compensate for the fact that because it's not leveled, it was open and anything could just go right on in. But we put another board on the inside as well, and I'll show you that. All right, so there's again that insulation right there on the wood where the wood may have been touching the plastic. And it didn't do that in every spot, just in some. All right, y'all, before we go in, I'm going to show you this awesome window and how it works. I love this. I'm going to open my latch on my door. I'm going to open my door just a bit. I'm going to unlatch my window. And even when I unlatch it, it doesn't just fall out. But it does allow for me to fold the window all the way down. Just like so. And then I have screen right here, as you know. And so this just provides for some added ventilation. I mean, a nice big window. So if I open that back window and this big window, that'll give it some good circulation. I love this window. Now we can go on inside. Welcome to my little cattle panel greenhouse. And I just love it. It is so warm in here. Now y'all can see the strapping here. Y'all could see it. This greenhouse is about 6.5 feet tall in some places. In the center, yeah, it's still about 6.5, almost 7 feet tall. But as you can see, y'all, we did connect the panels because we didn't cut this. We just overlapped it right here. But we connected them with some strong zip ties. And then of course we have the ground cover down. And you can see we put the boards down on the inside because it's not level ground. We didn't level the ground. We did have some gaps. I just nailed in some boards where the gaps were to keep rodents out. And that, look at it, it's doing the trick, right? And our window does let up and down, easily lets up and down. Now you can see how we nailed underneath the 2x4 that the window is sitting on. We just put some extra bracing there to be a support for the window. And it turned out really, really nice. It really did. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, what is this? And we'll talk more about that in another video. This is that old greenhouse that kept blowing in the wind, kept falling over, right? And I'm going to show y'all that in another video as well. All right, y'all. So I am 98% done with this greenhouse. The final two things that I have to do to this greenhouse is, number one, I have to add my other handle to the inside of this greenhouse. I almost forgot about that. But I have to add my other handle to this. And I also have to add a little hook latch so that I can keep it closed from the inside so it just don't swing open. So as I was saying, if I can see it, then and I can envision it, then I can do it. You know, it might not be perfect, but I can do it. I know how to use a drill. I know how to swing a hammer, and I can do it, right? And so can you. But so far, I'm just loving it, y'all. I really am. How much did it cost, Mrs. Homestead Hart? I'm going to tell you. Significantly less than if we would have actually purchased a hoop house or a high tunnel or greenhouse, whatever you want to call them. You know, I know they have different names because they have different purposes, but this was significantly less expensive. So for the plastic and for everything else all in, we may be at just under $600. And I think I'm being generous. I think I'm being really generous. All right, y'all, that's going to do it. I hope you like this cattle panel greenhouse. Now I can get back to work. I have so many other projects to tackle, and I'm having to do most of them on my own because, as you know, we got a fence project going on, and so I don't have extra hands right now. It's just these two because the fence project is off limits to me since I got stung in my eye. I can't go help no more. But I am still filming as we go for that. And I'm going to do another video talking about the fencing project and where we stand, the bumps in the road and all of that, because we have hit some more bumps in the road. But that's okay. It just comes with the territory. That's all. I'm not stressing out about that because I know it's going to get done. Okay? But in any case, you all, that is going to do it for my greenhouse build. Woohoo! I'm so excited because now, baby, I'm fixing to go ahead and mix up my seed starting mix. I'm finna get started with some seeds because I'm a week late. I'm a week late on my seeds. I couldn't even get all my onions planted because of the weather. We've had storms and it's been crazy. It's been crazy, but that's okay. The greenhouse is done and I'm ready to get started. All right, y'all. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I know it's probably going to be a long one too because it took so many days and a couple of weeks actually. Yeah. A little more than a couple of weeks since I started this. So the editing on this is going to be all day. No, it ain't. Hopefully. But anyway, you all, that's going to do it. Now I can get back to work on the other smaller projects and other little videos because I really haven't been filming much because my focus has been this. But y'all, that's it. If you haven't done so already, give our video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. And share this with others as well that you think would enjoy our content. We love for you to share. Thank you all so much for your wonderful emails and all of the wonderful, kind things you all have been doing for us, and prayers and everything. Thank y'all so much, right? We appreciate each and every one of you for all of your love and support. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. And we'll see y'all in the next video.